Students, welcome to my channel Easy Learning. In today's video, I will be continuing exercise 14.2. We have done question number 1 of this exercise in my previous video. So this is again question number 2, in which you have to write the factorizations of the given expression. But of course, you will see the difference, as in question number 1, we have made use of algebraic identities a plus b whole square, and we have used a minus b whole square. So in this question, we will make use of third algebraic identity, which is a square minus b square is equals to a plus b into a minus b. Again, which I said in my first video, it is very important to identify the question before you start. So first part of this question is 4p square minus 9q square. Now, you will say that it is a binomial term, but if you see, there is nothing common in 4p square and 9q square, so I cannot factorize it. Neither I can do any regrouping or rearrangements. It cannot be solved using any these two algebraic identities. But if I think about this third identity, which is a square minus b square, right? So directly we have to think, whenever we have perfect square numbers which can be converted into the form of a square minus b square, we can factorize that given expression. Now how? This is your 4p whole square. I can write it as 2p whole square minus, this is again 9q square is a perfect square number because 9 can be written as 3 and q square means 3q square. If I expand it, 2p whole square, which will give me 2p into 2p, which is giving me 4p square, right? Similarly for 9q, this is your 3q whole square. If you expand it as 3q into 3q, this gives you 3 3s are 9q square. So I can convert it. Now if you compare this with the third algebraic identity, your question is already in the form of a square minus b square. The important thing, the third identity, it should have minus sign in the middle. So what I can do, if I compare it with the algebraic identity a square minus b square, it is equals to a plus b into a minus b. So these two can be the factors. So what is my a here? A is 2p, and what is my b here? 3q. So my expression is already in the form of a square minus b square. I can write the factors as a plus b into a minus b. So the factors will be 2p plus 3q, and then a minus b means 2p, it has to be 2p minus 3q. Let me just erase it. It has to be 2p minus 3q here. So 2p minus 3q. So here what we have done, we have made use of third algebraic identity because we are not able to solve it by any other method which we have done so far. Okay, you will have better clarity as we will move to the next part. Let's see the second part of the question. Second part is again 63a square minus 112b square. Now again it's a binomial, but 63 is also not a perfect square number, 112 is also not a perfect square number. So we will be taking something common as we have done in the previous exercise. So 63 and 112, both the numbers, their common factor is 7. Both are divisible by 7. So 7 I am taking. A square and b square, nothing is common. What I am left with if I am taking 7 out of common, 7 9s are 63, a square, minus, if I divide 112 by 7, it goes 7 1s are 7 and 7 6 are. So you are getting 16b square. So what I have done with the given expression, I have again converted into the form where I can convert it in the form of a square minus b square, which is equals to a plus b, a minus b. This 7 which I have taken common from the given expression, we will keep it as it is. Now 9a square, perfect square number, I can write it as 3a whole square. Again minus sign, which is very much required for the third identity, and 16b square again can be written as 4b square. Now 4b square here. Now if you see this expression, again I am getting in the form of this third identity, a square minus b square. So keeping this 7 as it is, what I can write it as a plus b, a minus b. If you want to write what is your a here, a is 3a, right? And what is my b here? 4b. So write it in the form of a plus b, which is 3a plus 4b, and then a minus b, which is 3a minus 4b. So this is how I have taken common, and then when I have taken 7 as common, which was the highest common factor, I have converted the question where I am able to write it in the form of third algebraic identity. Okay, and we have done it like in binomial. The best way to do the factorization is to take the terms common. So when I took 7 as common, I was further able to do the factorization of 9a square minus 16b square using third algebraic identity. So we have done this. Okay, students, wherever you are stuck, please pause the video and note it down, and you can understand it. Okay, now I am moving to the third part of the question. Okay, so third part of the question is 49x square minus 36. So if you see, again your 49x square is a perfect square number and your 36 is also a perfect square number, right? So the third part is 49x square minus 36. Now we will see it is not a quadratic equation. It cannot be solved by the rearrangement, but both the terms are perfect square numbers. So write it as 7x whole square. We have a minus 36 is a perfect square of 6 square. Again using a square minus b square. What it be? A plus b, a minus b. You have to write what is your a here. Your a is 7x and your b is 6. So we have to write it in the form of a plus b into a minus b, which implies 7x plus 6 and 7x minus 6 are the factors of the given expression. So this is simple. Okay, whenever you have perfect square number, you will convert it in the form of a square minus b square, and then the third algebraic identity says a square minus b square can be written as a plus b into a minus b. Then write the factors in this form. Okay, I hope this method is clear to you. I am moving to the fourth part now. Fourth part is 16x raised to the power 5 minus 144x raised to the power cube. Now you see here, this 16 x raised to the power 5, x raised to the power 5 and x raised to the power cube, right, is not a perfect square number. So what I can do, I'll see what is common, because in binomial, whenever we have a binomial expression and we are not able to solve it using this identity, the first thing we will write the common. We'll take the common. So what are the common factors? If you see 16 nines, we know is 144. So I can take 16 as common from here. X raised to the power 5 and x raised to the power cube, x raised to the power cube is common. Now, what is left? When it is 16 x raised to the power 5 and you have taken this much common, this is cancelled, you are left with x uh, raised to the power 2 here, right? Minus 16 nines are like this. X cube you have already taken common. Now again, as the previous question, we will keep copying 16x cube as it is. In the bracket, I can write it as x square minus 3 square. Now again, if you see, your this much part is in the form of third identity, right? It is again a square minus b square, which is again a plus b into a minus b. What is my a here? If you see, a is x. What is my b here is 3. So again we will copy 16x cube as it is, and we will apply the third algebraic identity here, which is a plus b, which means x plus 3 and x minus 3. So these are the factors of the given expression. I hope this is clear. Now I will explain you the next part of this question, which is part 5. This question is very interesting. L plus m whole square minus L minus m whole square. So children, I'll be explaining you this question by two ways. Okay. So let's do the first method. Method 1. So this is your method 1. You see L plus m whole square, and here you have L minus m whole square. So I can make use of the identities directly, which is a plus b whole square, a square plus 2ab plus b square. Here you have second bracket a minus b whole square, which is equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. So I'll make use of these two identities to expand the given expression, which will be L square plus 2lm plus m square in your first bracket minus L square minus 2lm, because it is in the form of a minus b whole square, plus m square, right? Now let's open the bracket. Whenever there is a minus sign in the outside the bracket, we know all the sign gets reversed. This becomes plus 2lm and this becomes minus m square. Now what do you observe? If you want to simplify opposite signs, this is again you have opposite sign, you are left with 2lm plus 2lm, which can be written as 4lm. So this is the factorization of the given expression. Okay, I am going to explain you an alternative method for this part, particularly L plus m whole square minus L minus m whole square. So if you see the question very carefully, I am going to explain you method 2. Very carefully, this is a square minus b square form. That is your third identity. The question is already in the form of a square minus b square, which is a plus b into a minus b. But what is my a here? This complete term is a. So your a is L plus m and your b is L minus m, right? Now my given expression is already in the form of a square minus b square. It means to factorize it, I have to write in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So let's do it. A plus b, what it will be? L plus m plus L minus m. This is your first a plus b into a minus b. So here minus, and I'll place a bracket so that you don't do any errors with the sign. Now here can I cancel this m? I'm left with L plus L, which gives me 2L. In the second bracket, let's open the bracket minus L plus m, right? Now these L are cancelled. You are left with 2n into 2m. Take the product, it is 4lm, right? So with both the methods, if you see your answer is coming out, of course 4lm. So in first method, I have expanded the brackets and then I have simplified the expression which I am getting. Rather in second method, I have made use of third identity and taken this complete term as A and this complete term as B. And then you solve it, you will get the same answer. So you can pause this video to understand this by both ways, and you can perform either of the method in your exams. Both the methods are absolutely fine. Now moving to question number 6, which is 9x square y square minus 16. So again it's a binomial and we don't have anything common in between these two terms. Let's see if we can apply third identity. 9 perfect square number, x square y square again perfect square number, can be written in the form of 3xy whole square minus 4 square. So we have achieved it in the form of third identity. So you will write using a square minus b square, which gives us a plus b into a minus b. What is my a here? Is 3xy. What is my b here? 4. Now what I have to do, I have to write the given this expression in the form of a plus b into a minus b to write the factors. So let's simply write a plus b into a minus b. So these are the factors of the given expression. Okay. Now we have seventh part of question number 2, which is x square minus 2xy plus y square minus z square. Now again it is very important, first you try to read the question, how can you solve it. If you open it, you will be getting 4 terms, but by regrouping also you will not get any solution. But if you see these 3 terms, they have already given in the bracket, so let's focus on this bracket. If you see it very carefully, it is in the form of x minus y whole square, right? Because we have done this identity, a minus b whole square, a square minus 2ab plus b square. So the terms inside the bracket are given in the form of second algebraic identity. So it means I can write it as this, minus z square. Now again I have converted the given expression in the form of a square minus b square, where my a is how much? X minus y, and my b is how much? Z. So what is that? A square minus b square can be written as, when you have to factorize it, a plus b into a minus b. So keeping this in mind, a plus b means x minus y, which is my a, plus b means plus z. Then a minus b means x minus y minus z. So these will be the factors of the given expression. I hope this question is clear. Now I'll explain you the last part of question number 2, which is 25a square minus 4b square plus 28bc minus 49c square. Now you can try, first, because there are 4 terms, you can try this question with regrouping method, but you will not get the combinations wherein you can make the same terms inside the bracket. So you won't be able to solve it with regrouping or rearrangement of the terms. We have to try to solve this question by another way. You see, there are variables like a, there is another variable b, then you see c here. And if you see the 2 variables together, bc. So it means if I focus on this BC term, on this term, and try to collect B and C term with it, maybe these 3 terms are making certain identities, right? How I am making this solution? With BC. BC are together, it means I have to focus on the last 3 terms. So let's see if we are able to solve it that way. So keeping the first term as it is, if I take minus as common, for b square, this becomes minus 28bc, because I have taken minus common, sign will get changed, it becomes 49c square, right? Now again 25a square as it is, this minus sign as it is. If you see, this is your 2b whole square. What is this? 7c whole square. There is a minus sign. This is same as question number 1 now, and c, which if we solve, we are getting minus 28bc. Now this 25a square as it is, what it will be? It is in the form of a minus 2ab plus b square, which means a minus b whole square. That's the second identity. So we can mention the identity also. A minus b whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square, using this identity. Now if I want to write the first term, which is 25a square, as and minus 2b minus 7c whole square, right? This is 7c whole square. Okay, now this is again in the form of third identity. This is in the form of a square minus b square, which is equals to a plus b and a minus b. What is my a here? A is 5a, and what is my b here? B is 2b minus 7c, right? This is not a square here. So b is my 2b minus 7c. Using the same identity, a plus b means 5a plus 2b minus 7c. Then you have to write a minus b, which gives me a minus, because I am putting it in the bracket so that you can open the brackets in the next step, which gives you the first bracket as 5a plus 2b minus 7c as it is, and the second bracket 5a minus 2b plus 7c. Because there is a minus sign, when you will open the bracket, this becomes minus 2b, and here minus into minus becomes plus 7c. Okay, I am repeating this question. In this question, I tried it with regrouping or rearrange method. We were not getting any factors. I focused on this BC term. So I regrouped B and C term with it. In a bracket you see here. Now this is turning out to one identity, which is a minus b whole square. 25a square can be written as 5a whole square. This is again turning out to another third algebraic identity, and I've expanded it as a plus b into a minus b. So this was question number 2 of exercise 14.2. Please watch my next video for question number 3 of the same exercise. Till then, keep practicing math and take care everybody.